What's good? What's good, Smokers Hut? I'm back. I know it's pretty quick. I'm back already with another one. I actually got a lot to talk about this week because I've been learning a lot. I've been learning a lot of things. So I have a lot of things to share with you guys. You guys like my monotone comical voice? I've got a lot of things to share with you guys, so tune in. Nah, but for real. Today at the Smokers Hut, we're going to talk about changing gun laws in the Northeast region of America. So, as many of you guys know, hold on, as many of you guys know, I'm from New York, I'm from Long Island, and the other day I was going shopping, firearm, looking at firearms and whatnot, home protection, self-defense, things like that. And I went to this shop in a town near me, and I went in. The guy shows me. He's like, oh, here's the shotgun. He shows me some shotguns, and I'm like, oh, the assault rifles look nice. Like, how much are those going for right now? You know what he said to me? He was like, those actually are just for show. I can't sell you those. And I was like, really? And there was also another patron at the store, another person shopping, and he also said, he's like, why not? Why is that? Because I was like, really? I'm surprised. It's an assault rifle and a shotgun. I'm not asking for a pistol. I know in New York it's very tough to get a concealed carry license, a concealed carry permit, which you know is understandable. We have a high population, a very dense population in a small area. We don't need people having concealed carry necessarily unless you've been, trained to use it. We can't just have you out here doing whatever. But as far as the assault rifles, I was taken back because it's not a fully automatic or anything. This is a, semi-automatic assault rifle. So he's like, yeah, we can't sell these anymore. It was in effect, I think he said, not December. I think he said November. November of last year it went into effect. So they can't sell any assault rifles. And he's like, yeah, this is new. Like, he's like, maybe in some other towns or regions in New York, you might be able to get one. But as of now, we can't sell assault rifles to the public. We can only sell shotguns. So I'm sitting there like, okay, that's fine. Because I was just window shopping that day anyway. I'm just browsing, right? No big deal. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right. So that's a new law that I've never heard of. I've never heard of this law. So he's like, yeah, that's just the new law. I know it's crazy. And I was like, that is crazy. He's like, yeah, it's mostly political. It's mostly political nonsense, but yeah, that is the new law. So here's the thing. I know a lot of you guys are thinking right now, well, Arrow, why do you need an assault rifle? Well, Arrow, why do you want an assault rifle? You just need a shotgun. You don't need that to protect your home. I know that's what you're thinking, right? But here's the thing. My home, the shotgun is good for home defense, my home protection. And that is what a gun is for. That is true. And that is what that gun would be used for. That firearm would be used for home defense. But if I want to put another firearm in storage, God forbid something happens. Like, who knows what could go wrong? Who knows what could happen? Who knows what could transpire in the future? It's a lot of things can happen, but I'm not going to sit here and go through each scenario where I might have to use that firearm. But a lot of things can transpire where I could see that being a real reality. And here's why. If the government only had shotguns, I'd be 100% with him. You know what I'm saying? If the government and the people in power only had shotguns, I'd be like, you know what? You're right. We only do need shotguns because at the end of the day, even if the government goes completely corrupt and, you know, throws us all under the bus, and you know, if the government goes completely corrupt, we lose all our rights, they just basically make us human slaves, human cattle. It doesn't matter because we all have shotguns. It is what it is. But in this case, we already, the US government and the people in power already have much, 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 much more sophisticated weapons. Way more sophisticated than the US public. So, with that being said, I think that an assault rifle, God forbid, because it might not be the people in power now. It might not be the people in power in 5 years. It might not be the people in power in 10 years, but maybe in 20 years, maybe in 30 years. And now you've stripped the public of any feasible long-range weapon. like why? Why would you do that? Who are these lawmakers? See, that's the problem too. The lawmakers are the government. If they want to disarm the public, they're just going to disarm the public. You see what I'm saying? You see the issue? I hope someone's picking up the issue. It's not a black thing. It's not a white thing. It's not a race thing at all. It's a control thing and a power thing. I completely understand the pistols. You should not have a concealed weapon in New York unless you're registered, unless you know what you're doing with it. I don't want a concealed weapon because why do I need it to be concealed? But I do want certain weapons in case this country crumbles. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I pray it never does. I hope America never crumbles, right? But let's be realistic. There's things changing all the time. Stuff happens all the time. People get upset, people riot, people do crazy stuff all the time. So if that happens, and honestly, let's be honest. Let's be really honest about the future of America. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. The public does not trust the government. The public does not trust the politicians. The public does not trust the police force. So we're already at this divide where people are like, oh no, it's just the way it is. And then other people are like, no, well, this can change, that can change, you know, this doesn't have to be that way. And we're already having friction with the rules, you know? And you think this is a good time to disarm the public people of something, you know, a feasible weapon? Not that shotguns aren't useful. Shotguns are very useful. But I'm saying in a world where, and like I said, I don't want an assault rifle for home defense, but I would like to own one and have it locked up or somewhere. God forbid something happens. Let's say someone attacks. Never mind. Let's say someone. Let's say. Let's say someone attacks America, right? And that sends people into disarray. Or a political issue. Look at Israel and Palestine. Y'all think people are taking that stuff lightly. Y'all think it's a joke. Like, everyone thinks everything's a joke until it's not a joke. You see what I'm saying? Everyone's like, oh no, yeah, some people are upset about this Israel thing. Some people are upset about this Palestine thing. But at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. You know, it'll blow over until it doesn't blow over. And then you're sitting there with mad people or like a small militia in your own country fighting for something. I'm just saying, that's just an example. I'm not saying that will be the thing, but I'm saying that's a prime example of what, you know, could happen. Not even that. I, as a black man, like this is a black issue. The other issues weren't, but this is a black issue. I, as a black man, don't trust the police to protect me. As a matter of fact, if you watch into my old videos and you actually watch them, you will learn that the police force has done nothing but made my life harder, you know, as of now. So I don't support the police. And even before I was born, the police were doing stuff to make black people's lives harder. You know, the police force were the same. And that's the other thing. Like the law, like everyone's like, oh, the law is the law. It's just the way it is. At one point, the law was for me to be property. You know what I'm saying? At one point, I wasn't considered human because of the melanin in my skin. So let's not talk about this nonsense of the law. You know, the law. The lawmakers have an interest in keeping you defenseless. They do, because if, let's say, you disagree with anything they say, okay, if you agree with what I say, great. Let's pass the law and move forward, or whatever. But if you disagree with anything I say, what are you gonna do about it? You're gonna bring your shotgun? You know what I'm saying? Like be careful with the laws they're passing. Be careful with what they're doing. They're slowly disarming people. They're telling these white populations to have more babies, no more abortions. I'm just saying, keep your eyes open. Like, read between the lines. New York has a large minority population. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of black and brown people across the United States, but, well, there is, but there's not the majority. But in New York, there is a lot of black and brown people. And then you decide to say, oh, you guys can only have shotguns. But then the whole middle of the country, all that like country ass stuff, you could have whatever the fuck you want. You could have a fucking Gatling gun if you want. You could have anything you want over there. Because they're like, it's all by design. And like I'm saying, you could read between the lines. I make it pretty obvious what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't say it, but you can piece together what I'm saying. It's not good for New York to be disarmed in this way. Pistols, okay, I understand. You don't want people bringing them into malls and things like that. I completely understand that. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. But assault rifles, bro, I should be able to have 2 or 3 rifles. God forbid something goes wrong. And I can give them to my family to go and do something. Or even hunt. Or anything. Because really an assault rifle, yes. People are like, oh, you don't hunt with an assault rifle. Hell yeah, I'll hunt with an assault rifle. The fuck? Like, if I'm starving, bro, I'm eating with that. But a shotgun is a little harder. Because now the whole thing is sprayed up. You know what I'm saying? All the parts of the meat got a bullet in it. Or some type of shrapnel. I'm just saying, in end times, and I know everyone's saying that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That's what everyone watching this is saying right now. That's not going to happen. That's unrealistic. That'll never happen. But let's say it does. Is it so bad to take $800 to $1,000 and have some security? Now I got some ammunition. I got a rifle. God forbid anything does happen. I can go and maneuver around this wasteland of a country that used to be great. And people have lost their mind. There's riots in the streets. And really, nothing I'm saying is so far from reality. Look at what happened when Trump didn't win an election, bro. Because he didn't win. These people went to the Capitol. Because he didn't win. Because of something, nothing, no one got hurt. Well, no one got hurt until they went there. Then people got hurt. But I'm saying nobody got hurt. Nobody lost their life. Dude lost. And that's how the American public reacted. And y'all think nothing can happen that will send this country into a frenzy? Y'all are crazy. But what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm not trying to put fear into people. But what I'm saying is, if that day comes, I would rather have it than not have it. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather have an assault rifle or 2 to give to me and my loved ones to use to defend themselves than to not have it and just have to say, well, we're crap out of luck because remember when they changed the law and you guys all told me this would never happen? Well, it happened. And now we're sitting here defenseless or with the shotgun. Like one shotgun. Like, I mean, it is good, but I'm saying you never think of it until it happens. And when it doesn't happen, you're like, oh, we don't need that thing. We don't need that thing. We don't need that thing. Until you need that thing. And then what? Then you're just out of luck. But that's what they do. They ease you into it. Okay, you can't have pistols. All right, that makes sense. That's logical. We can all agree on that. But you can have assault rifles. You can have shotguns. You can have anything you want, just not concealed carry because we don't want people getting hurt because you could be discreet with it. That's understandable. Okay, we agree on that. Couple years go by. We're trucking along. Everyone's happy. Everyone's fine. Now, you can't have assault rifles. Why not? Because I said so. Excuse me. The other law had rhyme and reason. The other law, there was a reason for it. We couldn't have that because it made sense. We don't need pistols. That's unnecessary. But this one, it's like, well, why not? Why can't we have assault rifles? God forbid something happens, if we want protection. Why can't we protect ourselves and our family? It's not like it's too small to fit in, it's not like it's a concealed weapon. Why can't I have it? You could clearly see I have one if I'm in a public place. So why are you stripping us from this defense mechanism? There's no answer for it. And they know there's no answer for it. And well, there is an answer for it, but they can't give you the answer because the answer is we're disarming you. We're making you defenseless. Why? I don't know. I can't tell you guys. I have no idea why. But they are definitely disarming the Northeast region of America, New York. I don't know if any other states are enacting this to get rid of the public citizens being able to have assault rifles. Assault rifles aren't even that, yes, they can do a lot of damage if you are insane, but they're not it's not like a weapon where you're like, oh, that's just an inherently dangerous weapon. You know what I'm saying? It does take a lot of work to use it efficiently. The people who are using it efficiently to do destruction are insane. They would have found another means to do something super destructive. You see what I'm saying? But my point is, I hope you guys are right. Everyone who's saying, oh, Arrow, that'll never happen. Arrow, that'll never happen. America will never go into revolts or chaos, or there'll never be a big divide, even though literally the fucking right side and left side, literally, we're built on division. This country is built on being divided. That's how we decide things, is from the two sides of being divided. And, I don't know if you guys think that can never happen. I guess leave it in the comments if you think that's a possibility. I think it's definitely a possibility because America has a lot of freedoms, a lot of vocal people, and a lot of people who want to be heard. They want their message to be heard. They want their ideas to be heard. And when they feel like they're not being heard, they get very angry. And, and like I said, it's not like other states don't have these weapons. Other states have these weapons already. So I just find it interesting. And I don't even know the laws in California, but California is another high minority population state. I bet you, I'm not going to put a dollar amount. I'll bet you $5. I'll bet you $5. Not everyone who watches this, because that's going to be a lot of money. I'll bet you, though, I bet California is undergoing the same exact thing right now. I'd bet money on it. They're probably like, yeah, you can't really have assault rifles or something. That like they're starting. It might not be enacted yet, but I guarantee there's a politician somewhere trying to disarm California's public. And then next will be like, maybe not Texas, because they take that stuff serious. Nobody's playing with Texas's weapons. but yeah, that's all. That's all. I'm gonna end this video here. It's almost 20 minutes, but that's all. Let me know how you guys feel about that. No more assault rifles in New York for the public. None. Just shotguns. This is real life, I'm telling you. This is not gonna happen. This has already happened. I cannot get an assault rifle. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments below. And on that note, I'm gonna get out of here, Smoker's Hut. It's been lit. Make sure you guys learn how to defend yourself. Take self-defense classes. Everything. Take self-defense classes. Go to the gym. Buy weapons. And learn how to use them. I'm not saying, when I say buy weapons, I mean legally. I don't mean buy weapons like go on the street from some stranger and buy some weapons. No, I mean legally. Go get some firearms. Train yourself on how to use them. Because something's happening. Something's going on. And like I said, I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm not trying to make your blood pressure go up. But I don't feel right if I don't make these videos, because I have a lot going on inside of here. Because I like to think I'm a pretty smart person, because I study these things and I think about things critically. So I try to share that knowledge with people who might not be thinking about it as much. So just know they're passing laws to disarm the public. It's nothing more than that. There's no underlying reason. The only reason is to disarm you. What's coming? I have no idea. What's down the line? I have no idea. But I just wanted to share this information with you guys because I just went window shopping a few weeks ago and I was like, I need to put this on the smoker's hut. That's crazy. You could always get an assault rifle in New York, you know? So that's crazy. like I'm still in disbelief. But on that note, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. And like I said, make sure you just take care of yourself, take care of your family, tell everyone that is close to you, you love them, you know? And on that note, peace.